Prince Harry, once considered the beloved spare in the royal family's historic lineage, is now reportedly facing the harsh consequences of a bridge long set ablaze. During a recent visit to the UK, Harry is said to have requested a private audience with King Charles, only to be flatly denied. The rejection marks what insiders are calling a defining moment in the unraveling of a royal relationship now too damaged to repair. Sources close to the palace reveal that Harry had reached out to his father in the hope of arranging a personal meeting. But despite the king's known battle with cancer and the limited time he spends on public affairs, Charles allegedly made no space in his schedule for his younger son. The symbolism was deafening. Even amid serious illness, the king no longer prioritizes time for Harry. For many, this wasn't just a scheduling conflict, it was a deliberate message. Observers note that this cold dismissal was not sudden or without justification. In the years since Harry's highly publicized departure from royal duties in 2020, his relationship with his family has deteriorated into a mix of awkward silences and explosive revelations. Whether it's through televised interviews, streaming documentaries, or his controversial memoir Spare, Harry has repeatedly aired personal and institutional grievances, often portraying himself as the victim of an unfeeling monarchy. The fallout has been immense. The real tragedy, critics argue, is that Harry was never pushed out of the royal family, he walked away. He and Meghan Markle made a conscious decision to step back, first citing a desire for privacy and a normal life. But what followed was anything but private or normal. Instead, the couple launched a global PR blitz, signed lucrative media deals, and seemed to criticize the institution that had, for better or worse, shaped their lives. Harry's transformation from dutiful prince to disillusioned outsider has not just been public, it's been relentless. In Spare, he details grievances with King Charles, paints his brother Prince William as volatile and cold, and offers deeply personal recollections that many believe should have remained private. He writes not as a man seeking reconciliation, but as one settling scores. That scorched earth approach may have made headlines, but it hasn't won sympathy among many Britons, or within the palace walls. For King Charles, who now carries the weight of the crown and the fragility of his health, there may simply be no more space left for Harry's drama. In the eyes of royal insiders, Charles has grown tired of his son's one foot in, one foot out approach to royal life, expecting respect and access while simultaneously undermining the very institution he claims to miss. Even worse, Harry's behavior has raised questions about his true motivations. Time and again, his efforts to reconnect with his family have coincided with key media moments. A visit here, a charitable appearance there, often timed neatly around a Netflix release, a book tour, or a podcast launch. The palace is no longer convinced by the narrative of a homesick prince. Many believe Harry's appeals are driven not by emotional longing, but by PR strategy. And then there's the elephant in the room, Meghan Markle. While this particular rejection was aimed at Harry alone, it is impossible to untangle the Sussex brand from Meghan's influence. To critics, she is the architect of the couple's post-royal persona, modern, rebellious, media-savvy, and perpetually aggrieved. From the Oprah interview to the Netflix series, Meghan has been front and center in shaping how the world sees the Sussexes. Unfortunately, that image is often one of division, grievance, and entitlement. Back in the UK, the royal family has carried on. Prince William has stepped further into his role as heir apparent, Queen Camilla has remained a stabilizing force beside King Charles, and even Princess Anne has quietly earned praise for her steadfast loyalty. Harry, meanwhile, continues to orbit the monarchy from afar, his connection more symbolic than real, a prince without a palace. The recent rejection from King Charles is more than a private family matter, it's a turning point. It signals that the monarchy is no longer willing to indulge Harry's version of events. Whatever affection remains, it has been eclipsed by mistrust and frustration. The palace's message is clear: you cannot attack the institution and expect to enjoy its privileges. Harry's plight may seem tragic to some. He is, after all, a man who has clearly struggled with loss, identity, and the weight of royal expectation. But for others, his current position is the natural consequence of choices made freely. He was offered a place in the most storied institution on earth, and he walked away to tell his side of the story to the world, again and again. As he returns to the US, likely to the comfort of his Montecito estate and the world of celebrity engagement he once criticized, Harry must reckon with a sobering reality. The door he once slammed behind him is no longer open. And this time, when he knocked, no one answered. What lies ahead for the Duke of Sussex remains uncertain. Rebuilding trust with his family will take more than a quiet visit or a carefully worded interview. It will require humility, sincerity, and most of all, silence, the very thing he and Meghan have consistently refused to embrace. For now, the king's calendar remains full. And his message to his son seems heartbreakingly simple: you made your choice. Now live with it.